like, I was just like, ouch, that didn't actually hurt that bad. Oh, squeezing me. And then, so fast forward a little bit, they're stretching my leg out. This is the worst, one of the worst parts. They're stretching it out because it was like, at the time, it was still deformed. It was at this angle. Here, I can represent with, oh, I got it. Anyway, and so it was just like at this awful angle. It was disgusting looking. I didn't even want to look at it because I didn't want to know what happened. And the amber lamps when they were talking about lamps, I wasn't even listening to it. Anyway, so they're stretching it out. And I'm just like, man, that's kind of the noise I was making. And I was like crying, and they're stretching it out. They put it in this brace, and they're like, and I was like, oh, that actually feels pretty good, thanks guys. And they're like, oh, we gotta stretch it out more. And I was like, what? What? I mean, once you do, it'll feel better. And I was like, okay. And so they stretched it out one more, and I'm, you know, like crying or whatever. Crying. And then they put it on this brace, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready for a chill ride in the amber lamps. I got this stuff in me, it's making me loopy. And then they're like, oh, we gotta put you on the tray, the whatever it's called. And I'm like, how you gonna do that? And they're like, I'm sorry, I can't. I can't help these things. Okay, anyway, so they're like all picking me up, and I'm like, this is gonna hurt, isn't it? And they're like, yeah, probably. And I was just like, and so they pick me up. And this is when I start screaming. Like, I wasn't screaming as loud as I was when it first happened, but I'm screaming and I'm crying. All these people are looking at me. It is humiliating. But I'm on there. I'm propped up, and I'm like, all right, this is cool. I'm up. I'm done screaming. I was laughing at one point. Then I look over, and I see some people standing by the fence, and I see Makai, and he's like, and I'm just like, what you smiling at? And so then they start rolling me towards the amber lamps, and everyone's clapping, and I'm just like, wow, this is so humiliating. And everyone's looking at me and clapping, and I was like, and no one saw me wave to the Carver kids. And then, I don't know why, it was really funny, so I just started cracking up. I was laughing so hard. Then they put me in the amber lamps, and I just like lost it. I was laughing, but there were tears streaming down my face, and my dad was like, oh, it's okay, you're gonna be okay. And I was like, I'm not crying. And then Miss Holt comes in, she's like, yo, Ralph, can I get your number?
Wait, Miss Holt was there?
Yeah.
When did Miss Holt show up?
I don't know. She knocked on the back of the ambulance.
Oh, God.
Anyway, so he got his number. I'm in here feeling so loopy, so much in pain. They're asking me all sorts of questions. They're like, what's your social security number? But they weren't talking to me, and I thought they were talking to me, and I was like, what? And then eventually they stopped asking me questions about my name and my birthday. And then I'm like, just like about to fall asleep. And then I start crying. So I'm like, wait, this isn't a dream. This is really happening. This is the real life. And it was just like, I can't believe this is happening. I have a math test. And so the stuff
it was easy, don't worry.
I get out. They're like taking me in. I'm just like, I'm so done with this. I'm just about to fall asleep. So they put me in this bed. Well, they put me in this room, and then they switched beds. And then I started screaming and crying again. There's this really, really nice lady. Very nice. And I'm just laying in this bed, you know, basking in my pain. And
That's so sad.
Dr. Allie's gone. Her uncle came and saw me.
Dr. Brun.
Dr. Brun saw me. All these people told me. And then I forgot to tell you, in the ambulance, they were talking about what was happening to me. They were like, telling like, her femur, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, nope, can't do it. Nope. I was just like, nope. Because I did not want to hear what happened because I made it worse. Like, when it, sorry. And each time they were talking about what happened to me, I just started crying because I did not want to know. So I'm in there. They gave me some pain medicine. It made me feel real weird. It was morphine. And then I was getting real thirsty, so I was like, nurse, can I have some water? She was like, Nope. So I started crying because I was really thirsty, and then they're like, okay, if you're gonna get surgery, you can't drink water, but if you're not, then you can have water. I'm like, oh, please, dear God, I don't want surgery. So they go take my x-rays. It was a little painful switching me into the beds. That's the only thing that really hurt. They take me back, tell me that I gotta get surgery, and I just start crying. I'm like, I just really want some water. And I'm like, no, it's okay, you can drink now. So they get me water, and I'm just like drinking it like crazy.
Great.
And then I don't even know what happened next. They took me up to my room, I think. This room. Remember seeing the panda bears? Mom pointed that out.
What?
They switched me in another bed, I think. I had this really nasty... Oh, yeah, I had a brace on at first, and then they put this other one that was, like, wrapped around that I have the picture on Instagram on, yeah. And then
I don't see that.
And then, here, okay. And then, so I have to pee a few times.